Our next speaker is here, ladies and gentlemen, to speak to us on the topic of new age of education. Please put your hands together and welcome on stage the Chief Operating Officer, Amrita TBI, and Deputy Director of Amrita AHEAD, Dr. Snehal Shetty.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, everyone. The pandemic has created a big disruption for several human lives over the last 2 years. The pandemic has created disruptions across various industries. But the industry which has been impacted the most has been education. We have seen, not only in India, but across the world, students, learners who are quite aged, or even children who are in the kindergartens, figuring out how to use the new online media to study and learn. We have seen universities, schools, teachers figuring out how to use the Zoom, the Google Meets, and the Google Classrooms. This rapid shift that's happened across India and across the world is here to stay. The same impact has also spilled over to the various startups in India. We have seen Byju's becoming a decacorn. That's basically a $10 billion valuation company. We have seen several unicorns come out of India, from Upgrad to many others. There has been a significant investment in the edtech sector. Also, coupling along with this, the UGC in September 2020 came out with guidelines of how universities in India can offer online degrees to a wider audience. The top 100 NIRF-ranked institutes in the country were allowed to offer online degree programs without any prior approval. Amrita Vidyapeetham is the 5th ranked best university in the country, and using this opportunity, we are one of the first universities in the country that offered online degree programs in October 2020. While we offered online degree programs both at the undergraduate level and at the postgraduate level, it has been a great learning experience for us. What we did see is there were learners not only in the southern part of India where Amrita is headquartered, but across the country. We spoke to about 10,000 learners in the last 6 months. And these learners were from all the way from Srinagar to Kanyakumari, or from Gujarat to Assam. And what we learned was the age group of these learners were not the 17-year-olds who are just finished their 12th and they're going for their UG degree, or the 21-year-olds who are going for their MBA or the MCAs. We found learners who are 25 to 30-year-olds. We found learners who are 35 plus. We in fact found a lawyer from Kerala who wanted to specialize in cybersecurity at the age of 85. What was surprising for us, it was a big learning experience for Amrita, was there are learners across the spectrum across India. And these learners could not complete their education when they finished their 12th because of financial burdens or family issues. But they had a deep desire to learn. And these learners, irrespective of their gender or from which place of India they were from, there's a deep desire to upskill themselves, a deep desire to change their career. And this was one of the first important revelations that we had at Amrita AHEAD, which is the flagship program of Amrita Vidyapeetham for offering online degree programs. So, would this change remain, or is this going to change after everything becomes normal? Would we go back to the on-campus and online degrees would just be a fad? Well, I don't think so. I feel that this change will remain sustained and will remain sustained for the future to come. Indian universities always were at the back step when compared to rankings, when compared to other universities across the world. We don't have the Stanfords or the Harvards or the Oxfords in India. We don't have any university from India who's in the top 10 today. But I feel online degrees is our stepping stone to change the future. This is a time for Indian universities to contribute to Atmanirbhar Bharat. With online degrees, the student can be anywhere in the world. At Amrita AHEAD in the last season, we had students from over 17 countries who joined our program. So what is the difference? Why is online degrees becoming a game changer in the field of education? The reason is twofold. First, we have the ability to attract students, bright students, not only from India, but from across the world. That's one of the big differentiators for top universities in the world. The second is, how do I attract the best faculty? Since this is an online degree program, you don't need to have the faculty to be present in India on the campus to deliver the education. We have at Amrita AHEAD, we have faculty from Silicon Valley, we have faculty from Canada, we have faculty from Singapore who are part of our curriculum. This is not only particularly specific to Amrita University, but the other universities, top universities in India. They have the ability to attract students and faculty from abroad. The second thing that we did with Amrita AHEAD was, we looked at the curriculum and we tried to understand. I think many of the speakers this morning talked about skilling program. They talked about a gap. We have a lot of engineers, a lot of trained persons in India, but there's a quality gap. So I think what this quality gap means, so the think tank at Amrita got together, looked at the curriculum that we offer for our on-campus students, and tried to see what difference can we make to this. We found that there's a gap between what the industry needs and what is taught in the classrooms. And we thought, what should we do for Amrita AHEAD, since it's a brand new program, to change this? And with this, we introduced certifications, industry-aligned certifications. We went down to the industry to figure out what kind of skill sets they need, what kind of new age skill sets are needed to change and make the student more employable. So we partnered with companies from Cisco to Amazon to Fortinet to help us with these various programs. So another big difference that will set aside Amrita from other universities, like our Chancellor, Shri Mata Amritandamayi Devi said, popularly known as Amma, the prominent humanitarian leader. She says there are two types of education. There's an education for living and there's an education for life. Education for living is what makes you a doctor or engineer. But education for life is what helps you to understand the deeper realms of your mind, to understand the world around you, to understand your surroundings. And this is important because once you graduate, it's not just the skills that you go out with. You also need to work and cope with the ups and downs of life. This is what distinguishes Amrita University from other universities in the country. I think in total, all the universities that are on to the online degree space, they have a huge opportunity to make India shine further. There are few other things which the government of India has done. For example, the Institute of Eminence. The Institute of Eminence has selected 20 universities in the country, and the goal of this program is to make them world class. They have given them autonomy for various aspects, and with this autonomy will help these universities to shine in the world. Another important thing is, I think all of you know, is the National Education Policy of 2020. It came 34 years since the last policy came out. I think the last policy came out in 1986. There are key elements in this National Education Policy, such as bringing in most specific programs such as artificial intelligence, cyber security, specific skill programs which are matching to the industry. The student is given freedom. Student can enter anytime, leave anytime with the new education policy. There's a credit bank system created. So if a student is, let's say, joins the program, let's say he's joining a 2-year MCA program in artificial intelligence, let's say 6 months down the line or 1 year down the line, he wants to leave and he wants to come back, he can do that. If he doesn't want to come back, he can go out with a diploma or a certificate. So these are various plus points that has come forth in the National Education Policy 2020. So I think with online degrees, with the NEP 2020, the Institute of Eminence, all these factors will help in a great deal to make India Atmanirbhar in education. And I think it's the right time for India to shine and come in the top 10. Thank you very much.